Hey guys, so today's video is going to be about TJ Maxx, and basically all you need to know about working there, getting the job, your orientation, training, what to expect, any of that I will cover in this video, and feel free to leave comments below if you have any additional questions. So let's get into it. So working at TJ Maxx, I started almost 2 years ago, and I made a video. Now I'm making kind of an updated video since it has been about 2 years since I made the last one. So you can either apply on a piece of paper that they can give you in the store, or you can also apply online, and I believe you can go on Snag-a-Job. I don't think it's directly through the website, but it does get back to the store. But yeah, so either way, I think I did the paper application just because I wanted to walk in and hand it in, and in just my opinion, I feel like they might look at that one sooner than the online, but I'm not 100% sure on that. That's just how I had felt. But yeah, so it depends what position you want to get. There's many different ones. You can be a cashier, you can be on the sales floor, you can work in the fitting room, you could work in jewelry, you could work in the back room. It's completely up to you. So basically, if you are a cashier, you are going to be ringing up customers for purchases, and you also do returns. You also process clothes, and you censor and put the returns away, and you make sure the front area is neat. If you work on the sales floor, you are going to be putting out racks of clothes and items, depending on if you work in the clothing department or the home department. If you work in the back room, then you're going to be processing clothes that they get shipments from the truck, and so you will be taking the clothes out of the boxes, putting them on hangers, censoring them, processing them, that type of stuff. If you decide you also though, going back to the sales floor, if you work on the sales floor, you might also be called up to ring. So they might train you on the register as well, only because when there's not enough cashiers, they need people from the sales floor to ring. The fitting room is pretty self-explanatory. You're just giving customers numbers for how many clothing they're trying on, and then counting the clothes, that type of thing. Jewelry, you're just standing by the jewelry counter, selling jewelry. When you don't have customers, you just organize the area, like the purses and everything. So yeah, moving on, talking about orientation. So, for orientation, I think mine was maybe 5 or 6 hours. It could be shorter, just really depends, I guess, on the store and what they want to go over and cover. In my orientation, we pretty much just went through like a bunch of like signing things, watching videos, getting all the paperwork done, talking a little bit about the company, but going into training, that is completely different. You're actually, because the orientation is held in the manager's office, once you go on to training, you will actually be in your department. So, for example, I am a cashier, so I went to the register for my first day of training, and you pretty much, at first, I think the first day I just watched another cashier like ring items and just go over the basics. Then, you know, after that, I would be watched while I was ringing for a little bit, and then after that, if I had any questions, your coordinator, which we call them, but it's like a supervisor, they'll be right around at another register to be able to help you. So if you have an issue, there's always someone right there, which is what I love about it. I did train someone one time, and I just pretty much went over like how you censor items, what items you censor, how you do returns, how you do purchases. When you do returns, you have to change the tax if it's from a different town. We also have the policy of 30 days. So if they have their receipt within 30 days, they get the way they paid back, the way they paid their money back. But if it's past the 30, it's going to be store credit. If they don't have the receipt, it's going to be store credit. Trying to think what else. Everyone is, at least at my store, I can't say for all TJs, but I'm sure, is a good team. You're helping each other out constantly. For example, we'll need help, the cashiers will need help from the sales floor, for other people to ring when it is really busy. The sales floor also need help with getting things put away and organized when it gets busy and the merchandise gets misplaced. But yeah, so basically also at your TJ Maxx, you're gonna have coordinators and managers. So I think there should be about 3 coordinators up front, which are the front end coordinators. They basically help all of the cashiers with questions and certain things that they're authorized to do that you can't do, such as like if you have a return over 100, you need it approved. Then you have the coordinators that are out in the different departments, so the sales floor, there's different coordinators for that, also the back room. Then you have 2 assistant managers and 1 store manager. And it could vary from store to store. That's how it is at my store personally. But yeah, and then you have all of your associates. And I think at my store we have under 100 employees, so with it being a smaller store than if you were to work at, say, somewhere like Walmart, it really does help to make friends and just build like a stronger bond. It's just, I really like working at a small store better than a big store, for sure. Each season we get markdowns, so items that have been in the store for a while will get marked down and get a red clearance ticket. Then at the end of the season, the very end, we have our final markdowns, and that's when we get a yellow ticket on them, and that's gonna be like the lowest price that we'll get to. So you always want to shop during that time. As an associate, you get a 10% off discount, which is great. And then I want to say it's probably, every few months, maybe every 3 months, you have a weekend where associates get 20% off, which is super nice, and everyone shops during those weekends. It's just great. I would say on average, I work about 15 to 28 hours a week. It really depends if I get extra shifts, if I get called asking if I could come into work, or if I'm just scheduled that way. It really depends on how busy it is, what season it is, and how many people we have. But yeah, and it's also really easy, like, if you want to give a shift away, you can, or switch a shift, you can do that with someone else. You just have to let a manager know. If you want to take a shift, there's always someone trying to give one away. So there's really multiple opportunities to get more hours if you want them. That is pretty much my updated version of TJ Maxx, and if anyone wants me to make another video, please tell me what you want me to put in it. Give this video some likes, and yeah, just let me know what you want to see. And if it was helpful, please let me know, because yeah, I'm just making this to give everyone a good idea of what to expect with the job, and just encourage to apply, because it really is a great job. But by making this video, in no way am I'm just making this on my own. It has nothing to do with like the company or being sponsored or I was told to make it. I'm just making it for fun, so yeah, none of that. So yeah, I think that's all, but yeah, definitely leave a comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, or don't. I mean, that's up to you, but that would make me so happy. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.